The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new Proton Pack podcast. I'm Kristian. With me always is the fester to my Gomez, Tony. Say hey, Tone.
Hey, guys.
Gone mad?
It has gone mad because we're back for like 3 weeks in a row with new episodes. That's pretty damn impressive.
It is crazy. We're on episode 68, inching our way to that number 100 mark. But you know what? We love bringing you guys the geeky, nerdy news that comes out each and every week. And we've got, I think, a good batch this week. Right, Tone?
I think we have a really good batch this week. Not a bad batch, but a very good batch.
Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and get our shameless plugs out of the way. Let you guys know what's going on outside of this show.
It's shameless plug time.
It is in these hills that Juan Valdez and his trusty goat gather coffee beans every morning. Yeah. Money is cool.
Money is cool, which is why we tell you guys each and every week about a little 501c3 dog rescue nonprofit called Rough Riders, dedicated to the transport of dogs from the rural outlying shelters here in northern Nevada, where they may not have a chance, into the more metro area where they work with local dog rescues and shelters to find them homes, give them a second chance at life, and of course always looking for wonderful tax deductible donations, which you guys can do over at roughriders.org. That's ruffriders.org, or on Facebook at facebook.com/Rough Riders Saves. Now, with that being said, Tony and I do a daily morning show every day. We do a little of the geeky, nerdy stuff here, but mostly it's just a fun variety show. Tony, go ahead and tell the folks about it.
Yes, so you can catch Kristian and I as I play the role as Tony Spark on that show. That's my alter ego there. He's not much different than the Tony you see here, other than name. But nonetheless, you can catch us on the Kristian Fenix radio show. It's your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. We feature topics from entertainment, comedy, sports, and more. We do all kinds of fun stuff. You can join us every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can also catch us out. You can watch us on the app that Kristian will tell you about in a second, because I never have that handy. But you can download us on Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Geezer, Gozer, Dozer, all those good things. So check us out Monday through Friday, 8 a.m., 9 to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'll also be back. Jimmy Jones has revived Pop Culture Kaboom. That starts again this Sunday night. knvc.org, 95.1 FM, Carson City Community Radio. Everything you want, everything you need. Pop Culture Kaboom. I'll be joining Jimmy and their new kind of what you would be, the engineer.
Engineer.
Yeah, I don't know his name, so I can't give him any props. But Jimmy asked me to come back, and I'll help him out and kind of put myself back out there a little bit. But you can check out, it's a wonderful show. Again, knvc.org, 95 FM, Pop Culture Kaboom, Kristian Fenix Radio. A lot of entertainment, a lot of good stuff. Check us all out. Follow us on social media. Share. It's caring. That's a long, shameless plug.
And Tony did mention real quick, we are on smart TV apps and mobile applications under the ngbn.tv app. So just download that. You can find all of the Fenix Media station channel programs there to enjoy from the comfort of your own home or while on the go on your mobile apps. Now, with a few minutes left in this segment, we've been talking reviews over the last few weeks, whether it's a TV show, whether it's a movie. Over the weekend, Netflix got Army of the Dead, which is the new Zack Snyder movie starring Dave Bautista, and tasked Tony with watching the movie. But, unfortunately, life gets in the way. sleep is a little more important. So, Tony, of the first 30 minutes of the movie, what have you thought so far?
There's a very entertaining way to start a zombie outbreak. I won't spoil it for you, but the little relaxation that leads into a explosion leads to a zombie to go astray, and they are near Las Vegas. The things I saw, I haven't seen a sillier opening intro since Zombieland. It was just missing the like the cool Metallica music. But from what I saw of it, I really enjoyed what I saw. But unfortunately, I tried watching this around midnight last night and my body just went zip. So I will be watching it. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm actually really excited to hear your review because much like the listeners, I don't know how it was. So we're going to get Kristian Fenix's tank. Well, I don't know if you're Phoenix on this show, just maybe just Kristian. Kristian. Well, it is the Phoenix Media Network. So I guess you would be the Mr. Phoenix 24/7, but I'm looking forward to your review here, buddy.
Well, in a spoiler-free review, it's a Zack Snyder movie. Obviously, the way it looks is beautiful. You've got great actors in it. But I found that it suffers from the one thing that all Zack Snyder movies suffer from. It's about 20 to 25% too long. There are so many things they could cut out. Obviously, if you saw the 4.5 hour version of Justice League, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This movie's 2.5 hours long. If it was maybe an hour and 45 minutes, even to 2 hours, it would be that much better. Just sort of cut it down, make it a little more succinct. It was a little bit more humorous than some of the Zack Snyder movies that you're used to, which felt a little odd because you're used to sort of those dark movies. But, in all, it had some fun action. It had, a little bit of comedy that played well. The acting was, it was passable. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't terrible. And then the addition of Tig Notaro, who took the place of Chris D'Elia, who they basically had to Henry Cavill mustache in through CG. She was actually probably one of the best parts of the movie. So something to keep in mind as you're watching that a lot of what she recorded wasn't with the actual cast. She recorded it outside of the principal photography. So, I would say it was a perfectly okay movie. Out of 10, I'd give it a 7.
A 7? No, that's still a pretty good one. Now, is this something, if it wasn't on Netflix and you saw it in theaters, do you think it would have been an enjoyable movie to see at the box office? Because you can see it. So if you would prefer not to see it on Netflix and it's playing in your local box office, is that something you would go see?
I would see it in theaters, especially if it was about a half hour, 45 minutes shorter. Again,
it's kind of too long, a little long in the tooth.
A little bit, exactly.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. It's 30 minutes shy of Titanic. So that's, you got to be careful with long movies. You got to remember people have short attention spans, which is why we've cut all our shows back down to an hour. You just want to make it entertaining, captivate the audience, and roll on. You don't want to drag this out too long,
Speaking of short attention spans, we are headed into our break. When we come back, we're going to be talking TV news. So, folks, do not go anywhere. We'll see you guys in just a few.
Behold my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude! Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box. Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Box. What's with kids today, huh?
Wowzers! With crates starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take one.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need feedthepig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Oh, and welcome back, folks, to the Proton Pack Podcast. Proton. We're changing the name
here. Protein. Protein provided today's official sponsor of the Proton Pack Podcast with Chris and Tony. Now back to the show.
Well, we finished up our review of Army of the Dead, and with that being said, let's go ahead and head into our TV news for this week.
Bazinga. Oh! The cream of the crop!
Hey, baby.
Let's go, Bob. Excellent.
Hail to the king, baby.
Hail to the king, baby. Well, this calls back to our introduction, but Netflix has announced that actress Jenna Ortega from the Scream TV series will be the new Wednesday Addams in Netflix's upcoming sequel series to the Addams Family, simply titled Wednesday, to be directed by none other than Tim Burton. The official synopsis: Wednesday's attempts to master her emerging psychic ability thwart a monstrous killing spree that has terrorized the local town and solved the supernatural mystery that embroiled her parents 25 years ago, all while navigating her new and very tangled relationships. Now, we have a lot of feelings about this thing, but as fans of the Addams Family, very little of it seems positive based on that synopsis. But you know what? Ortega looks the part, so at least she won't be the issue that some people have with it. You know, with Tim Burton, it is in good hands. Taking this sort of supernatural mystery thriller approach as opposed to sort of the live action comedy sitcom. I don't know how I feel about that tone. What about you?
I say with it, I don't like it sounds like the approach is different. I think just let Tim Burton create a Tim Burton world of Addams Family. You want to focus on Wednesday, that's fine. But if anyone could make a really cool Addams Family, Tim Burton would be your guy. It would be trippy, dark, strange, and in a weird twist. If you could make Christina Ricci come back as Morticia, whew. It'd be good. Obviously, got to find a new Gomez because Raul Julia passed away a long time ago. Yeah. Christopher Lloyd's a little too old to be Uncle Fester, so you definitely have to find that. And I just think if you did it, just like reimagine it is great, but like as a psychological thriller and stuff, not really.
In the early 90s movies directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, who obviously did like the Men in Black franchise, those were fun and quirky and, had a lot of humor and
Debbie. I still quote that to this lady Debbie to this day.
It never really took itself seriously, which was fun. This one sounds like it's trying to be a little too dramatic, but you know what? We'll just save, keep those reservations for when we actually see it, and maybe it'll pan out and be something wonderful.
I like the actress for it, and I like the director for it. So hoping Tim Burton gets a good run with it. I did not see his version of Dumbo, but that wasn't really his vision either. It was shot in his style, but that wasn't his story and vision, so it wasn't.
Yeah, Disney had a lot of meddling in there. So but at the same time, I wasn't a huge fan of his version of Willy Wonka. So he's hit and miss in my book.
I like that one. I enjoyed it.
I don't know. But, I don't think it holds a candle to the Gene Wilder one.
No. It's very different, but Johnny Depp's weirdo version was made me laugh. I kind of enjoyed that.
Well, let's move on from Netflix over to HBO Max. Obviously, it's the new home of DC's live action and animated shows, and that includes the show Titans. Well, Titans will debut season 3 on the streaming service, and now we know when, as the cast took some time during filming to film a fun video where they teased what is in store for the season and revealed that season 3 will hit HBO Max in August of this year. We don't have a specific date in August yet, but I'm sure we'll get one soon. In the meantime, you can check out the full video, which we'll post on our Facebook page. And it features all of the old favorites and some new faces joining the cast for season 3. You can check out what they had to say about what's next for Titans through their Instagram as well. They said, "We're shooting season 3. We are on set. We are making the magic happen," the cast said. "So get ready for some big surprises. Season 3 is going to be dark, mysterious, exciting, heartbreaking. That's not exciting for anyone, is it? It's going to be action-packed fun, and the cast can't wait for you to see it. It's going to be big. It's bananas, and I mean bananas. So stay tuned, because season 3 of Titans is coming this August on our new home on HBO Max. You heard it here first." Now, Tony, I don't know if you've gotten into Titans yet on HBO Max. I started probably about 6 months ago, watched the first episode, thought it was fine. It was definitely an R-rated take on the Teen Titans that we know, but it didn't really grip me from the first episode. With that being said, with Jesse out of town last week, I went back and I'm about halfway through season 1 now. Now I'm hooked. I'm enjoying it.
Now it's finally got to that part where they've made a few changes, and now you're like, okay, I'm into it. So
yeah, and it's one of those things. You're used to the Teen Titans of the comic books, and what you've seen from the animated series. Not Teen Titans Go, because there's no canon in there. But in this one, they've changed characters around and storylines a little bit, and it was a little off-putting at first. But with that being said, they've sort of picked things up, and now we're starting to see, more of the characters that we enjoy, new characters that I didn't expect to see. And, I let alone season 2, which obviously has already aired, and we've got season 3 on its way. I'll be ready for it come August. What about you?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I remember seeing the trailer a while back when DC was just, it had its own streaming app. It was one of those shows we saw a trailer for where Robin was dark and he turned on Batman and he was struggling. It looked good. Looked actually really good. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever watch it because I'm not going to get the DC app. But, being a part that I am a part of HBO Max, thanks to a friendly friend, wink, wink, nod, nod. It's, I look forward to watching it. I've really enjoyed like the Harley Quinn cartoons. Those have been a lot of fun. I sneak those in, and I'm just about done with MODOK. So maybe I'll add that to my realm. Now, is it hour-long shows? Is it 30-minute bites?
They're, for the most part, about 40 minutes long. So
it's not bad.
Yeah, I think the first one was a full hour, but it's what a network hour-long show would be minus the commercials.
Okay, I like it. I can get behind that. So you're saying to me in the audience, really give it a shot, watch it, and just kind of hang in there. It's a slow burn, but once you get there, then it just kicks.
Yeah, get through episode 3 and you should be fine from there. You'll either know at that point, I like it or I don't.
There was some other shows like that. For me, The Office, like the first season was kind of...
Parks and Rec was kind of that way for me as well.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden it just kicks, and then it's like, okay, I like this. This is good.
Yeah. Well, sticking in the realm of HBO Max, a couple of cartoons were recently announced.
Cartoons!
One being a Superman series about a young Clark Kent, just new at the Daily Planet, voiced by Jack Quaid, who's on The Boys, which looks okay. I'm not really keen on a new Superman series, but I am keen on this one. Batman Caped Crusader, an animated series from executive producers Bruce Timm, JJ Abrams, and Matt Reeves, received a straight-to-series order from HBO Max and Cartoon Network. The reimagining of the Batman mythology is produced by Warner Brothers Animation, Bad Robot Productions, and Sixth in Idaho, and marks Batman the Animated Series producer Timm's return to Batman the Animated Episodic Series. The animated series includes a bunch of presidents who we don't care about. Says it was always fun to feed the insatiable appetite fans have for all things Batman. Batman Caped Crusader will entertain first-time and diehard fans alike, and with such an impressive creative team in place, we know we have another future Batman classic in the making. The Register added, Batman the Animated Series was a masterpiece that shaped the perception of the character for an entire generation of fans. It is in that spirit that we are bringing together three master storytellers in JJ, Matt, and Bruce, each with their own intuitive understanding and affection for the character, to create a new series that will continue in the same groundbreaking legacy. So if you were a fan of Batman the Animated Series, which had that sort of noir Art Deco style to it, which was all Bruce Timm, he's on board with this, along with JJ Abrams and Matt Reeves, who's behind the Batman movie. Tony, is this something you'll be checking out?
Oh, hell yeah. This one sounds exciting. I'm with you on the Superman one. Not all that excited about it. I've never been a big Superman guy anyways, but Batman, definitely of the DC characters, that's my fave. And I really enjoyed Batman the Animated Series as a younger Tony. So as an older Tony, this would be something I'd check out. And I imagine it's going to be a little on the darker side too, especially being on HBO Max. You don't think it's going to cater too much to the younger audience, which is nice.
Yeah, and it's got that Bruce Timm style to at least the poster that they put up. My only complaint is that it goes back to the early Batman, where his ears were about 6 inches long, which looks a little funky. But, I'll wait till I see some actual animation before I poo-poo on it too much.
No, but there you go. Well, at least you found more positive than negative. There's if the ears are the most negative thing about it, then it's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to appeal to you, much like many Batman fanatics. So there you go.
Exactly. Well, folks, that does it for TV news. When we come back, we're going to be talking weekend box office and movie news. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool, and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Welcome back, folks, to the Proton Pack podcast. We just finished up TV news, but before we get to the movies, let's go ahead and explore that weekend box office report. Well, the overall domestic box office this weekend had about as much life as one of Jigsaw's victims, but the Saw continuation Spiral remained on the top with an estimated $4.5 million, making its 10-day domestic total 15.8. Globally, 22.5. You know, the franchise has made a ton of money, but for all intents and purposes, this one's fans are somewhat enjoying it. Critics are hating it. I may see it, but I may wait until it hits one of the streaming services.
Yes.
What a pity.
It's too bad. It's too bad. I'm the same way. I've actually been turned off by some of the reviews I've read and the critics, and the trailer makes it look good, but then again, is this really a popcorn kind of flick that you want to go see? You want to support the box office, but if I had to rank it on the pop culture thing, this might be a matinee, so this would fall under the so-so category, or a blah, which is where you'd stream at home. So you're more leaning towards a blah. I'm giving it kind of more of a so-so.
I think the biggest thing it falls into is that, people really don't want to see this kind of movie coming out of the pandemic when everything was doom and gloom anyway. So
this would have been perfect around. You put this in The Conjuring, and I've never understood this about horror movies, by the way. Why don't they save the big horror movies for October when it's that theme? You know you're getting into Halloween and you want to be in the mood for that shit. Exactly. And that's where you should put it. Spiral probably would have been great around Halloween. Summer box office movie. Nah. And usually, typically, horror movies come out in August when they do. So,
yeah. The second place movie, which also sort of falls into that trap, is director Guy Ritchie's heist thriller Wrath of Man, brought in $2.9 million for a domestic total of 18.8. This one I did see over the weekend, and if you're expecting a whimsical Guy Ritchie movie, this is not it. I was very excited. Jason Statham, he was good in his part. It looked great, but story-wise and character development, there was no redeeming quality for anybody in the movie.
Yeah, once you gave me your review on that, it turned me off. And sometimes, and with your reviews, I trust them because you and I like very, very similar things, if not most everything the same. Mm-hmm. And so, it looked interesting. The fact you went and saw it, and you're like, it's a piece of crap. Because we both went into Mortal Kombat thinking, oh, that's going to be awesome.
Right.
We both left like, it's kind of a piece of crap.
It was. Well, in third place was the Angelina Jolie action thriller Those Who Wish Me Dead, also available on HBO Max, brought in $1.8 million. Not stellar box office numbers, but at the same time, you could see it from the comfort of your home. In fourth place was Disney's animated adventure, which is still in theaters. Raya and the Last Dragon.
I still want to see that.
I do too. 1.66 million and a little over 100 million worldwide. Of course, that doesn't account for the Premier Access numbers. And I'll probably watch it when it goes to regular Disney Plus as opposed to paying $30.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that's been still a premium since March. And you're now getting into like Kong versus Godzilla is already hitting digital platforms. You can watch it at home. I mean, you could have done that on HBO Max, but now it's on all digital platforms. And
exactly.
Same with all the HBO Max exclusives are finally being freed up into other platforms, which is good for the movie companies there.
And speaking of Godzilla versus Kong, it made it into 5th place with 1.43 million, bringing its worldwide total to 432 million. Big numbers for a fun box office movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Rounding out the top 10, in 6th place, you've got Demon Slayer, the movie, with another 1.34 million. You had the poopy Mortal Kombat, which brought in 935,000.
Fatality.
Scoob was back in theaters with 850,000.
Like Scoob, like we're totally going to go back to the movies.
Oh, Maggie. In 9th place, you had Dream Horse. No idea what that is.
It's a movie about horses that dream.
And in 10th place, Finding You with 670,000. So we'll see. But coming this weekend, we've got A Quiet Place 2 and Cruella. So expect to see some new number ones at the box office.
Which one do you think will take? Which one do you think will take number one next week?
Cruella will, just because it's more of a family-friendly, everybody can go, but A Quiet Place 2 will be up in that 1-2 spot. For sure.
Yeah, those will definitely be the two. I think A Quiet Place might do it. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've read early reviews, and they say it's one of the rare movies that can hold up to the original. So,
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, folks. Well, that does it for the box office report over the weekend. Let's go ahead and get into that movie news.
And here we go.
Are you the keymaster?
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. They're gonna see some serious shit.
Yeah, we
Great Scott, Kristian! 88 miles per hour. You know it took 88 minutes to do your damn entertainment report. Great Scott!
Well, with that being said, so in some exciting casting news, Deadline reports that none other than Beefcake action star Henry Cavill has been tapped to possibly play the lead in an upcoming Highlander reboot. Ryan Reynolds was previously attached a few years ago, but it seems that version of the project wasn't immortal after all. No word on how close to the original of the film will be, but the original film synopsis, just for a little refresher: when the mystical Russell Nash kills a man in a sword fight in a New York City parking lot, he leaves a sliver of an ancient weapon lodged in a car in the process. After brilliant forensic specialist Brenda Wyatt recovers the evidence of the mysterious weapon, she and her partner, Lieutenant Frank Moran, embark on an investigation of Nash that will land them in the middle of a dangerous, centuries-old feud between powerful immortals. I loved the early Highlander movies, growing up. You had Sean Connery, Christopher Lambert. He was okay, but, it was a neat concept for a sci-fi action movie.
Yeah, it's crazy they're bringing it back. I mean, that's what Hollywood does now. They have to go back into their IPs and what can we do to keep it fresh? Which, I don't know. I don't really like that trend too much because they kind of don't do it a service. I like original ideas. Create things. Be creative. Create your own version of a Highlander.
Right. Or if they do it properly, stick to the source material, then it can be fantastic, like what Marvel does, maybe not necessarily DC. Speaking of DC, moving on to our next story, it looks like Black Adam isn't the only DC character The Rock has his eye on playing. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been working on a live-action Black Adam movie for what feels like an eternity, and the film is finally shooting in Georgia. Johnson's partnership with DC and Warner Brothers is about to be extended, however, as he takes on another role in an upcoming film. As strange as it may sound, The Rock is voicing Krypto the Superdog in a theatrical animated feature titled DC League of Super Pets. League of Super Pets will be the first time Krypto gets a real starring role in a DC project, though he has recently appeared in the live-action Titans TV series, which we mentioned earlier. The movie is set to arrive in theaters on May 20th, 2022, going up against films like Mission Impossible 7 and John Wick Chapter 4. Given that Super Pets is an animated family film, though it should have no trouble carving out its own audience. And Warner Brothers has a great history of animated films. Look at the Lego movies. Look at, any of the DC animated properties are fantastic. So I think this will be pretty good. And I hope the humor is along the lines of like a Lego movie. What say you?
Right.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Do you smell what the Krypto is cooking? Yeah, I think it's good. The Rock, his movies are for the most part very entertaining. I know he has a joy of animation and he gives a lot of energy into his characters. It's not just so bland like I am the Rock. Like he puts emphasis into it. So I think for Krypto the dog, that'll be cool. The fact that the Millers are behind it, that's I love the Lego movie style. So it should be fun, and this is DC. They have a chance to do things right. I think having The Rock as Black Adam, that's going to be box office success. I mean, Shazam was already fantastic. That's a surprise hit. So when you tie this together, they kind of got their outside stuff they do right. So I'm excited about it.
Well, and with Jim Lee in charge now and them sort of expanding the prior projects into the multiverse, I think they have a chance to right those wrongs.
Yeah, now, huge Jim Lee fan too, man. He was the best artist for the X-Men for sure. So
absolutely. Now, speaking of studios that have it right, Marvel Studios dropped the latest teaser trailer for The Eternals, which, up to this point, we didn't know much about. And, as they do with these Marvel trailers, they don't give us much here to work with, aside from showing us some cool scenes and who the characters are. So with that being said, let's go ahead and watch this one together.
It's a UFO!
That'd be terrifying to see for the first time.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
No, but the beach is.
We have watched, unguided. We have helped them progress and seen them accomplish wonders. Throughout the years, we have never interfered until now.
Jon Snow.
When you said goodbye.
Thank you for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
So now that Captain Rogers and Iron Man are both gone, who do you think's gonna lead the Avengers?
I could lead them.
Looks good, Tone. Again, aside from the little I know about the Jack Kirby original comic, I think from everything I've read, they're going to take the later Neil Gaiman run, bits and pieces of that story. But it looks like fun. You get that trademark Marvel humor there a little bit at the end. And, I think it may be the setup for what I'm hoping is the X-Men. With just a 30 seconds, Tone, what are your thoughts?
Don't know really anything about the Eternals at all. I know they are in the Marvel Universe. Where were they during the whole Thanos thing? Curious to hear that side of the story. Maybe it'll explain a little bit of that. Don't know what time period in the MCU universe this takes place in. But nonetheless, it's Marvel, man. They can take characters from their back catalog and they can make it gold. I told you off air yesterday, Guardians of the Galaxy is a great example of that. Didn't know anything about it. Love the Guardians of the Galaxy, and now they're mainstay. They take characters and they make them more common because you can't always ride the coattails of an Iron Man, Captain Rogers, or Captain America stuff. You got to build new characters. You got to keep the universe flowing. So I'm excited for it. It's Marvel. What's not to like? They haven't made a crap movie yet. Not at least one where I think is crap. There might be some I like better than others, but nothing's been bad.
Well, we'll find out for sure on November 5th. So stay tuned. I'm sure we'll get another trailer before then. But in the meantime, we are headed into our break, into our final segment, talking video game news. We'll see you guys in just a few.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio, take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Behold my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude! Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box. Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Box. What's with kids today, huh?
Wowzers! With crates starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Oh, we are back to the Proton Pack podcast, into our final segment where we're going to be talking about video game news. We cover TV. We did our review of Army of the Dead and, of course, movie news with the weekend box office. But now it's time to talk about those little pixels that we enjoy here in our video game news.
Hey man, you want to play some video games? Hadouken!
Of course, in the lead up to E3, which is happening this summer, we're getting little bits.
Oh, it's just a couple weeks away, baby.
But they're not dropping any big bombshells for us, but this one I thought was pretty interesting. A new Sonic the Hedgehog stream will reveal fresh projects, partnerships, and events to celebrate the Blue Hedgehog's 30th anniversary, announced by Sega today. Titled Sonic Central, the stream kicks off on Thursday, May 27th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. The stream will be available through YouTube and Twitch. A Sonic Colors remaster is one of the leaked projects that could be shown during the event. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which recently wrapped filming, is another possibility. As a thanks to fans on the occasion of Sonic's 30th anniversary, Sega also released this charming tribute video dedicated to celebrating the series, which we'll post on our Facebook page. With Sega's Sonic anniversary stream, Thursday is now starting to look quite busy. Early this morning, Sony also announced that a state of play dedicated to Horizon Forbidden West would be shown on the same day. So stay tuned, especially if you're a Sega and Sonic fan. Tune into the stream to find out there. My hope is that they take on sort of the Tetris 99, Mario, was it 34? Then the Pac-Man that they're doing right now, where they release a version that is sort of a head-to-head of either the original Sonic or at least one of the first 3 Sonic games.
Dude, that's a good idea for a Battle Royale game. I really like that idea. That would be sweet to see. I know Nintendo's really been making that a thing on their online service. They did bring back Sonic Mania, which was a callback to the Sonic 2D games, which was great. I like the old 16-bit style. There's only so much you could do with it, but still nice to go back every once in a while. I would like a Sonic Adventure 3.
Ooh, yeah.
I remember Sonic Adventure 1 on the Dreamcast was fantastic. 2 was a lot of fun. It came out at the end of the Dreamcast cycle. The Dreamcast wasn't around very long, but yeah, it was a great system. Great games. Now, all the 3D stuff, like they say, Sonic Colors, that was on the Nintendo Wii. I think it was GameCube or Wii.
Never played it.
I never played it either. But I heard that game got good reviews as well. I'm pretty sure it was the Wii because it was like motion controlled. And so it was probably the Wii. But here nor there, Sonic games are hit or miss. There's been more shitty Sonic games than there have been good. So I'd really like maybe a really good Sonic Adventure 3.
Ooh, an updated Sonic Spinball maybe?
That would be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I really like your idea of the Battle Royale. That'd be fun. Those games are fun. I really wish they didn't get rid of the Mario one because that was a great way to go back to play something that you've played a million times. Like Mario 1, it gives you a reason to go play it. Head-to-head competition points. It's fun. It's a great thing. Excited to see what they have. I love that Sega's still producing games. Would love to see old IPs revived too from them. Yeah. Crazy Taxi, House of the Dead. I would love to see some old stuff reappear.
Yep. Well, speaking of old Sega games, perfect segue tone, Virtua Fighter is getting a brand new remake, marking the return to the spotlight for the classic fighting game series after a decade-long absence. While it's not quite a shadow drop, it will nevertheless be out very soon. Sega announced today that Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown will be a PlayStation 4 console exclusive. It will include updated graphics, built in a brand new engine, as well as new online features, with development being led by an all-star team from Sega AM2 and Ryu Ga Gotoku Studio. Boy, that's a mouthful to say. It is being developed as part of Sega's 60th anniversary project. First released to the arcade back in 1993, Virtua Fighter is a pioneering 3D fighting game series. It's been eclipsed in popularity by Tekken, its contemporary rival. It retains a devoted fan base in some fighting game circles. Now, this game is set to drop on June 1st, so we're going to see it in about a week, a little less than a week from today. So if you're a fan of Virtua Fighter, you want some updated, awesome graphics, and you're a PlayStation owner, well, maybe it's worth a pickup.
Hey, there you go. I wasn't a very big Virtua Fighter fan. I remember those graphics back in the day. I know they don't look the same. They're obviously modern day graphics, but back in the day, those were revolutionary. And you're like, oh my God, it's 3D. And like when you look at it now, it's really crappy. But but the fighting games were they were okay. I mean, they were fun in the arcade because you had to have the way you spun the joystick and hit the buttons to do your combo was pretty cool. Hey, always nice to see old IPs. This just throws back to me saying like Crazy Taxi, House of the Dead. Virtua Fighter was another successful of that. as lame as this sounds, I'd like me some new Sega bass fishing, man. That shit was fun.
That actually really was a lot of fun.
It was a great fishing game. Large area. Great, there's a bite. And that was like, and there you're catching the fish and shit. That was fun.
Well, especially with like the Wiimotes. I mean, there's peripherals that you could include with that to make it even that much.
Yeah, because we had it on the Dreamcast. You're just the vibrate, and it's like fish, and you're like, and it's like the line break. I mean, it was a good fun time, man.
Yeah. Well, let's move on with our next story here in video game news. Now, we were talking battle royales in terms of the classic games, but I think the most popular battle royale game right now is Fortnite, which I picked up from time to time. Sure, it's fun enough, but never really spent a lot of time. With that being said, it was only a matter of time before Deathstroke, the DC supervillain, set his sights on Fortnite. Ever eager to finish a contract once hired, he'll be hitting the island sooner than expected with the Deathstroke Zero Cup. Now, the Deathstroke Zero Cup is a solo tournament where people can compete for their chance to win Deathstroke's Zero outfit and katanas, which act as both back bling and a pickaxe before they hit the item shop. The event runs for 3 hours and starts on May 27th at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And if you're looking to compete, you must have an account level of 30 and 2-factor authentication enabled. Whatever, I know the 2-factor, but I would assume you have to be a longtime player in order to even qualify for this cup. They've released some cool skins over the years. Obviously they had Thanos with the snap, but this one looks pretty badass, especially for a game like Fortnite.
Hey, it's good. They've been tying in a lot of stuff. I never played Fortnite. My ex-roommates' kids, they played a lot. So I'd seen them like when Thanos was a part of it, and they had the Avengers in there and stuff. I've seen the characters on there. So, I mean, it's neat to incorporate that stuff. It's great platform, gets people excited. So it's all a positive thing for sure. So if you're a fan of it, then awesome. If that's your thing. Yeah.
And then before we go for the day, obviously this upcoming weekend is Memorial Day, and GameStop's Memorial Day sale is now live, goes through the 31st.
Sweet.
Some of the things you can find there: buy 2 games, get 1 game on pre-owned games under 20. You have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order is available for $39.99.
Great game.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You rarely ever see this. $39.99. Yoshi's Crafted World, $39.99. Splatoon 2, $39.99. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, also $39.99.
Great price for a great game.
Yep. Immortals Phoenix Rising, $29.99. And then if you were looking forward to the latest Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can get that for $39.99. So
I bought it when I had COVID, and I've never played it since. I was in November. What a waste for me. But it was a cool game. I do got to say this about GameStop. Warning to our fair listeners.
Yep.
When you go for these, they hook you with these, go buy these pre-owned games. They do really a shitty way to deceive you. They'll put the game on the shelf, and then when you're picking out these games, because you're like, oh, it's buy 2, get 1 free, and then you get these games and you go to the counter, they might have 1 or 2 of those games, and that's about it. So just caution when you do that. Don't fall complete victim, because I've been burned by that, and it's kind of bad business in my opinion. But nonetheless, great sales. Go get them. It's video games. Why not?
Buyer beware. But folks, that does it for this episode of the Proton Pack Podcast. As a reminder, find us on social media, Proton Pack Podcast. I've been doing that all day.
Yeah. Proton.
Anything you want to leave the listeners with?
Yes, definitely. Thank you guys. I say this every week. Thank you so much for listening, supporting, liking the videos. Please share it with your friends, anyone. It's always nice to get new listeners. We love the feedback. Please reach out to us. Listen to our morning show, the Kristian Phoenix radio show. And continue to support the Proton Pack, and we'll keep putting these out. It's a lot of fun to do with you guys, and we look forward to being back with a new episode next Tuesday. You guys all have a safe Memorial Day. Play lots of video games. Peace.
There you go. See you guys all next week.
I am hasta la vista, baby. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. Woo! Yowie, wowie.
Mommy, where's Fluffy?
Goodbye.